Good afternoon, Los Gatos. You are watching KCAT TV News at Noon, the news show written, directed, and performed by students, filmed right here on LGHS's campus. I'm Mitch Ross, and here's the news. Bernie Sanders on Tuesday won the Michigan Democratic primary in an upset that delivers a sharp blow to Hillary Clinton's hopes of quickly securing her party's nomination. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton still managed to win the Mississippi Democratic primary. On the Republican side, Donald Trump won Michigan, Mississippi, and Hawaii, while Ted Cruz won Idaho. Donald Trump now has 463 delegates, leading Ted Cruz, who has 362 delegates. The Republican Party presidential debate last night was likely the most substantive of all 12 so far, with Donald Trump avoiding any kind of personal insults against his opponents. A South Bay teen has come up with a way to create a condom that can detect if someone has a sexually transmitted disease. Adam Rarola, a senior at Bellarmine High School in San Jose, last month filled paperwork with the United States Patent Office. Once approved, the student said his condom will instantly detect an STD and offered the user visual proof. The Sadie Hawkins dance will be on Friday, March 18th in the large gym. Los Gatos High School's class elections are coming up. Make sure to get to know all the candidates and participate in the voting process. Pick up an issue of the March El Gato to learn more about the election process. Finally, Los Gatos High School's Spirit Week is coming up from March 28th to April 1st. With summer approaching, many students are beginning to consider different camps, jobs, and programs to fill the days without school. In order to make the process easier for students, the KCAT News at Noon team decided to interview some students who have done different summer programs in the past. Conducting the interview is our own Elon Freeland.
Thanks, Mitchell. First, I'm joined by junior Nat Redfern. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So first, what program did you do last summer?
So I went to a program called MIT Launch, which is basically, it's an entrepreneurship program that leads like a selective group of kids and kind of like under the tutelage of MIT professors, you start a company with four other individuals.
So at that program, what is the average day like?
You wake up pretty early for how late you went to bed. You wake up at around 7:30, and then class would last from anywhere from 9 to 12 to 9 to 6 o'clock at night. And then usually bedtime was from like 1 to 2 to 3 a.m., depending on how much work you had assigned.
So it's on the MIT campus, right?
Yeah.
So how was like the surroundings in the Boston area?
Yeah, Boston was beautiful. Actually, I'm a runner, so I went and ran through all of Boston several times, going all the way down to, I'd run by the Charles River. It was really nice.
And so was it hard being away from Los Gatos for so long, like on the East Coast?
No, it was actually really enjoyable. It gives you kind of a lot of space to kind of think. And it's just kind of, it's like very easy to kind of move into a separate world because your world becomes so small living on campus.
So it seems that this camp is really academic. Did you ever feel that it was maybe like too academic or too much learning and studying over the summer, or was it still fun?
No, I actually felt like it wasn't as much as an academic challenge as much as just like it challenges you totally as a person, because the challenge was, okay, it's very difficult like intellectually, academically, but it's more of like, oh, can you handle like this stress level? Can you handle doing all this other stuff?
Okay. And so what are some things you could take away from the program?
Yeah, so MIT Launch basically teaches you what working like 100 hours a week is like. It taught me a lot about like dealing with like how you deal with that much stress. And a lot of it just kind of like junior year is very kind of pales in comparison to starting a company. So it taught me like the importance of resiliency, and also taught me that like even though people can be under a lot of stress, it's actually like you can still enjoy yourself and enjoy your time with others.
Okay, thank you, Nat. Now back to Mitchell.
We will be right back with more news, interviews, and reports after this commercial break. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Briska, and you are watching KCAT. in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Llama Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you. Come fly with me, let's take off in the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just glide starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear angels cheer, 'cause we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. Just say the words and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. Just say the words and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me. Let's fly away. Come fly with me. Back up, let's fly away. We're the Four Freshmen, and you're watching KCAT.
Welcome back. Here's your 5-day forecast, Los Gatos. There are predicted showers for Saturday with a high of 62 degrees and a low of 52. Sunday follows suit with definite showers, a high of 60 degrees and a low of 53, making this weekend a wet one. Monday will have light rain with a high of 63 and a low of 46, while Tuesday and Wednesday will both be mainly sunny with no chance of rain, and warmer with highs of 65 degrees and 72 respectively. That's all for weather. Now back to Elon for another interview.
Now joined by junior Caitlin Cook. How are you, Caitlin?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. So, what did you do over the summer?
This summer I volunteered for Walden West summer camps.
And so, how did you get involved with the program and get to know Walden West?
I was a camper there when I was little for 10 years.
And so, what was the average day like at the camp?
It depends on whether you're volunteering in core crew, which is the high ropes course, or working with Wild Things, which are the younger kids, or summer camp. But I volunteered at summer camp mostly, and mostly we get there, we sing songs, warm up, we go on hikes, and then in the afternoon the kids have free time and the counselors volunteer with different things that they want to do.
And so, did you get any community service hours for that?
Yes, I think I got 95 hours for 1 week.
Okay. Any more funny stories?
Not really.
Okay. Thank you, Caitlin. Back to Mitchell.
Thank you, Caitlin and Elon. We will return shortly with our final interview and segment after a short commercial break. Stick around. Welcome back to News at Noon for KCAT TV. Now is the time in the show where we do a segment called Grind My Gears, a time to talk about what is bothering us, what's wrong with the world, and why we are just plain irritated. My special guest today is none other than Elon. Our topic today is homework necessary in elementary school and middle school. So, what are your thoughts on this?
I think the exact opposite, and I think there actually should be much more, or at least we shouldn't cut down homework in elementary school, because right now our high school system is still pretty good, but it's mostly our public elementary school system and our middle school system that has really gone down the drain. So we should definitely increase the amount of load we put on students, and we can't just simply lower standards in order to make it easier for people to pass tests.
All right, well, see, this is where we're different because I think standards can't be judged by like homework. It's judged by the way you think and the way you get stuff done. And, more homework just creates more stress, and more stress, the harder it is for you to think and be tested for who you really are.
Okay, I think we'll just have to agree to disagree.
Okay, fair.
And yeah, that was really interesting and cool. That's all for Grind My Gears today.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Mark Masters of the Mark Masters Ensemble, and you are watching KCAT.
Interview about summer programs. Take it away, Elon.
Okay. Thank you, Mitch. I'm sitting here with Charlotta Lebedonko. How are you, Charlotta?
I'm great.
Okay, so what is the summer program that you'll be talking about today?
I did the National Youth Leadership Forum on Medicine with Envision over the summer.
And how did you get involved in it?
I just was looking for stuff online and I found it.
And again, just like the other two people, what is a typical day like?
Well, it would start about 7 in the morning, and basically it was a really long day. We'd just have, we'd either be in our smaller groups, just kind of, there was a lot of workshops on stuff, and we'd listen to people talk, and we went different places like Stanford Medical School and all throughout. It was in San Francisco, so a lot of places there, just different hospitals and stuff. It was really cool.
And what kind of people did you meet there?
Well, all the adults working there were like medical students or doctors, or there was trauma surgeons. It was really cool. And then all the students, pretty much 80% of them were like from out of California, so I met a lot of people out of state.
Okay, well, thank you so much for talking to us today, Charlotta. Now back to Mitchell with the news.
Thank you, Elon. Week. Tune in next Friday for another News at Noon. If you are an LGHS student who would like to get involved, contact Danica Lyle at danicakyle@gmail.com. See you next week, Wildcats. Have a funky Friday.